Into Resin is a brand. It's a brand that I love. Into Resin is a brand. And here's another review. What? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Carolyn here from Never Perfect Resin. And as promised, here is part 2 of my Into Resin review. We are doing the handmade crystal elephant mold today. And I can't even explain to you how excited I am to see how this little guy turns out. I have ideas. I have very big ideas, and I think it's going to be pretty awesome. So we are going to get into this guy right now. All right, so I'm going to show you guys up close kind of what we're up against with this adorable little elephant situation. Right here, that is our elephant's trunk. Okay, that's a little cavity. I am going to be very concerned about the resin that I mix up getting in there, getting right in there, and not creating an air bubble. So I am keeping that in mind when I start everything out. And for whatever reason, a green elephant was calling my name. I was thinking green. I don't know why. I just thought it would be super, super cute. And it also gives me a reason to use the Into Resin multicolor Aurora powder in number 7, which has this gorgeous green shift to it. So at this point, I have mixed together some 1-to-1 epoxy resin, still using Dr. Resin, and I've split it into 2 cups. So the bigger cup is going to have that emerald green from Let's Resin. It's an alcohol ink. And then the little cup, because I only want a little bit, is going to be this amazingly beautiful Aurora powder. And putting this in right now, already, I'm stunned. Like, you can already see the color shift, and y'all just wait. Just wait. See what happens. Look at that. Oh, it's so beautiful. It's so gorgeous. I cannot, even with these Aurora powders, they are absolutely stunning. Into Resin, you have done it again. You have done it again and blown my mind. So thank you so very much. All right, so now we're going in with this emerald green. I've got about 2 ounces of resin here, and I ended up using, it was more than I thought I was going to need. I actually ended up using about 10 drops of this emerald green. You could see I kind of put it up. It was not dark as I want, not as dark as I wanted it to be. So 10 drops did it for me. And then I've also got my number 7 Aurora green here. So you guys, this is kind of where, there's no if. It's when I do this again, this is where I made my mistake. So my intention was to mix these 2 colors up. I started with the Aurora powder. You can see me, I'm doing that whole squishy squashy thing in the trunk because we don't want any bubbles. And then I went in with the green, that really pretty transparent green. Next time I do this, I think I'm gonna strike that, reverse it, do it the other way around, go in with the green, transparent green first, and then the Aurora. You're gonna see why towards the end. But at this point, we're happy. I'm happy. All is good. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, shall we? Oh, did you see what I did there? Elephant in the room. All right, the syringe. Y'all, the syringe. I had really big ideas for this syringe. I was going to pull up the Aurora powder with the syringe and wait a certain time for that green resin to set and plunge it in. But I kind of already knew that my plan was foiled the second I poured the Aurora powder in first for the trunk. So I forewent that. We're going to go with that next time. So right now we are seeing, this is pretty much the next day. So everything is cured. I did not want to do this whole guy at one time. It was way too deep, and I am basically just trying to figure out which of these beautiful Geode silicone inlays I want to put in. So I decided I was going to go with a thicker one, and I mixed up exactly what I had mixed up day one, a little bit of Aurora and a little bit of green, emerald green transparent resin. So basically I have the exact same thing, 10 drops of that green, and I mixed everything up the same. So at this point, I'm kind of just doing a little bit of each, taking turns with both of them, pouring a little bit of the emerald green, a little bit of the Aurora, all of that good stuff. I'm not gonna obviously pour to the very top because this inlay, this beautiful, gorgeous Geode inlay needs to go in, and we need to obviously take into account that whole, I always forget the word, y'all. Science, what's the word? I always forget it. I've done this in the past. Displacement. Sorry. Displacement. I just got very excited about remembering that word. So yes, displacement. So you are seeing me placing this beautiful Geode in there, and I think I pretty much got it perfect. So we are going to go with that and basically wait 24 hours. At this point, I do have extra resin, so what are we going to do with it? Pour it into some molds, of course. That's what we're going to do. And since I was at it and I had some clear resin, I went ahead and picked out the Aurora powder number 5. It is very close to the number 7. It's got a green shift, but it's almost like a green gold yellow shift. So it's definitely different. Look at that. Look how gorgeous it is. So I went ahead and made some pendants with that as well. I also poured another cute little mushroom. I poured a candle holder that you see right up at the top there. And I poured some lips. All right, you guys, did you see the video where I made my own silicone mold of lips and a little lipstick? If you haven't seen that video, check it out. I'm going to link it right up here in the corner for you. And I decided to actually use the other little Geode inlay on this clear green set of lips. So just for fun, I wanted to see what it was going to look like. So that's something. So we get some extra little treats to unmold along with our little elephant. And please excuse my cat Starsky, one of my 4 black cats. He decided he needed to be in that little shot there. But showing off this Into Resin Aurora number 5 with that gold shift, it's absolutely gorgeous. All right, this is the little candle holder that I made. Again, this is just an extra, but I love the fact that I made the mold myself. Thank you, T-Expert. You know, your silicone mold making kit is amazing. And oh my goodness gracious, do you guys see, I keep showing the Aurora number 6. It's not number 6, it's the number 7. Do you see how I haven't even opened the number 6 yet? Hello. So sorry. Aurora number 7 is what I am showing you guys. So for this mushroom mold, and again, Into Resin handmade this gorgeous crystal mushroom mold that I am so infatuated with. It is absolutely stunning. And then just unmolding. Okay, this one is number 7, Aurora number 7, that green shift that we use for the elephant. Gorgeous. And these are the little extras, Aurora number 5. And I kept the sound on here, y'all. I kept the sound on for a reason, just so you could have a little laugh.
Excuse me.
A little laugh. Oh my goodness. Oh, Starsky, love you. All right, unmolding these amazing lips. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I took the Geode out and absolutely dying. I can't even with this. That crystal effect, that Geode crystal effect, amazing. I love these lips so, so much. If I can find where I got this mold, so I made this mold, but I did use a piece of resin that I had made previously. Um, y'all, like so many, like literally, I think like 10 years ago on Etsy, I bought this lip mold and I've never been able to find the likeness. And I am so sad because I just think it's the most amazing thing ever. I'm going to like go all the way back in my Etsy history and see if I can find it. If I can, I will link it down below for sure. But at this point, it is time for the pièce de résistance, our green elephant demolding. I'm so excited to see what this little guy looks like. First things first, we have to take this amazing geode situation out, and it is popping out like a dream. No issues with that at all whatsoever. So I definitely, once it comes time to demold the elephant, I was worried about how difficult it was going to be to get this guy out of the mold. In terms of an intricate piece like this, he came out so easily. I didn't have to use any alcohol spray, nothing at all. I didn't have to use anything. And again, it just goes to show, like, into resin, your handmade molds are such quality. They're just made so well that the silicone, it came right out like a dream. So I was so happy with that. Okay, so let's talk about this guy. Okay, I love you, Mr. Elephant. I love you, and you're so cute, and I love you. And you are my little guy. But, like I was talking about earlier, I really wish I had started with the emerald green transparent resin first, because me using the Aurora powdered resin, putting that in first, I thought that science was going to happen and it was going to be a whole thing and that they would mesh together, and the Aurora powders did kind of like sink to the bottom. He's still beautiful and we love him. He's gorgeous. But I feel like there's just such a very distinct like line on his little head. He's like, "Oh, he's just got an Aurora. He's got a little Aurora around his head, doesn't he?" So maybe we're just gonna go with that. So, but nonetheless, I think he's beautiful, and the detail in this mold, right down to the cute little tilt in his head. He's got little grooves in his back. You can see his little tail, like everything. This mold, mwah. Again, love you into resin molds. I mean, blown away. And at this point, I've taken everybody outside so we can get a little look in the sunlight at the beauty and gorgeousness of these Aurora powders, not to mention the molds themselves. Again, this mushroom mold, hello, it might be my favorite thing on the face of this earth. So, all right, and here we are with these beautiful lips with that really cool crystal effect inside. And I think it's so funny that I put them like right in front of the exact same color green bushes. But yeah, love them. I think it came out amazing. And here is our little elephant, our little guy, my little guy that I love so much. Do you guys see this geode effect at the bottom? It is amazing. The fact that two different little geode geode molds were included with this elephant to create different effects. I just think that that is so above and beyond for a mold. So I love that this is an option, and I think it just takes this entire mold to a different level. And again, I feel like I say this all the time, but I love it so much because I just really do. And that Aurora powder, it's stunning. And part of me is kind of glad that it's all like gathered at the top of his head because you can see so well and how beautiful it really is. So, but again, you guys, this is it for today's video. Please do not forget to like, subscribe to my channel. Anyone that's given me a super thanks, thank you so much. You can definitely feel free to do that. And I love to hear your comments. I love to get feedback, all of that good stuff. All it does is help me grow as a channel. And until the next time, I'll see you guys later.